modo ser creadora, no conquistadora. He pensado en la cantidad de hijos e hijas que perdí en batalla a través de los años. Imaginé un destino mejor para mi familia. Una historia en la que los Shokan no destruyen, sino que construyen. Los resultados fueron catastróficos. La comodidad y la calma extinguieron el fuego del dragón que ardía en el corazón de los Shokan. Se volvieron corruptos y débiles. La línea temporal tuvo que comenzar de nuevo. La guerra, con todas sus tragedias, forja la voluntad de los Shokan. Mi gente luchará, muchos morirán, pero nos guiaré a la victoria. Y al final, el fuego del dragón arderá en los corazones de los Shokan eternamente.
Las responsabilidades de ser el nuevo guardián del tiempo me abrumaron. ¿Quién era yo para trazar el destino de los mortales? Como su protector, había dedicado eones a mantenerlos a salvo. Aunque había aprendido a apreciar profundamente a los mortales, apenas logré comprender algo sobre su existencia cotidiana. Así que usé el reloj de arena para vivir cientos de miles de vidas. Distintos reinos, distintas razas y géneros, hasta otras creencias. Lo más importante es que comprendí el valor de finalizar el día en el cálido abrazo de mi familia. Mi nueva sabiduría me hizo más humilde y por ello moldeé el arco de la historia al servicio de aquellos que debían vivirla. Si bien mi poder no es garantía de nada, les daré a los mortales la posibilidad de tener vidas mejores y más pacíficas.
La OCP me creó para servir al público, proteger a los inocentes y hacer que se obedezca la ley. Cuando encontré a Kano vendiendo armas a las pandillas del viejo Detroit, entendí que debía arrestarlo. Nunca imaginé que perseguirlo me llevaría a otro universo, y mucho menos que terminaría luchando contra la protectora de Kano, Crónica. Y cuando derroté a Crónica, sucedió algo inesperado. Sus poderes me inundaron y arrasaron con todos los límites que mis diseñadores habían puesto en mi programación. Por primera vez pude ver la gravedad de la corrupción de la OCP. No se trataba tan solo de un par de ejecutivos codiciosos. Toda la compañía estaba involucrada. La OCP juega para ambos bandos, negociando con policías y criminales. Cuando regrese a casa, les mostraré lo que es la justicia. No será rápido ni fácil. La OCP tiene mucho dinero y poder. No podré arreglar esto solo. Es bueno saber que será un esfuerzo compartido entre agencias. Bienvenidos al futuro de las fuerzas policiales.
Fue un accidente épico lo que trajo al Terminator aquí, en lugar del pasado de su propia tierra. Pero no le llevó mucho tiempo adaptarse. Se dio cuenta de que acabar con Crónica y tomar su reloj de arena sería la única manera de completar su misión. Destruir a toda la humanidad para que las máquinas pudieran prevalecer. Resulta que el reloj de arena no era el arma definitiva. No importaba la cantidad de veces que el Terminator reiniciara la historia. La guerra entre humanos y máquinas siempre terminaba igual, con la destrucción mutua. Comprendió que esta guerra era una causa perdida. La única manera de ganar era no pelear. El Terminator usó el reloj de arena para crear un futuro en el que máquinas y humanos no pelearan, sino que cooperaran. El Terminator sabía que para preservar este futuro, nadie podía enterarse del reloj de arena. La información almacenada en su mente de máquina era peligrosa. Debía ser eliminada. Es por eso que el Terminator se arrojó a las profundidades infinitas del mar de la sangre. Nunca nadie lo encontraría, ni descubriría los secretos del reloj de arena. Si se le pudiera preguntar al respecto, diría que era la única opción lógica que tenía. Pero para mí, esa máquina es un héroe.
Había eliminado a todos los demonios del infierno. Y entonces llegaron los invasores del infierno a fastidiar. Hubiera consumido mucho poder enfrentándome a ellos yo solo. Pero mis nuevos amigos maestros también iban tras ellos. Llamémosles fuego y hielo. Discuten todo el tiempo. Por eso prefiero andar solo normalmente. Pero a la hora de matar a idiotas demoníacos, estos tipos ni se inmutan. Eso es lo importante. Los grandes maestros me advirtieron sobre Crónica. Dijeron que estaba resucitando a un dios del infierno llamado Shinnok. Pero eso no pasará mientras yo esté aquí. Crónica es tan malvada como Malevolgia. Los dos hacen promesas, los dos dicen mentiras. Los dos me subestiman. Por eso haré un nuevo infierno para ellos, donde arderán juntos por toda la eternidad. El infierno está contenido, pero aún quedan 8 infiernos que purgar. Es hora de llamar a los refuerzos. Tomé decisiones en mi vida que sellaron mi destino. No tengo salvación. Pero hasta los condenados son capaces de hacer el bien. Y ustedes, los demonios, todos hacen promesas falsas y dicen mentiras. Ya llegamos. En el infierno no tendrán ninguna oportunidad.
El poder de Crónica me abrumó. Tanto que podría haber enloquecido si no hubiera pasado siglos dominando los poderes oscuros más allá del alcance de los mortales ordinarios. Ahora soy el maestro del tiempo y del destino. Pero la caída de Crónica prueba que incluso los titanes pueden ser derrotados. Aunque mi nuevo poder me permite vagar por infinitas líneas temporales y festejar con las almas de billones, soy vulnerable. Para sobrevivir, debo regresar a las sombras, evitar los enfrentamientos y cumplir mi voluntad a través de las manos de otros. Concretamente, a través de las manos de mis compañeros titanes. Estos seres monstruosos se pueden manejar fácilmente apelando a su codicia, vanidad y miedo. Gracias a ellos, toda alma en la eternidad se inclina ante mi influencia. En mi nueva era, la moralidad se mostrará como la ilusión que es. Los traidores prosperarán, mientras los buenos sufrirán. Palabra de Shang Tsung. Que tengas un buen día.
Antes de convertirme en Nightwolf, era un tonto llamado Grey Cloud. Nací en la pobreza y siempre sentí resentimiento hacia mis ancestros por entregar nuestro futuro a los colonizadores. Kano me ofreció una salida, con la promesa de grandes riquezas y robaba las reliquias más sagradas de mi tribu. Fue una gran tentación, pero comprendí que el precio por salvarme a mí mismo era entregar lo poco de dignidad que le quedaba a mi pueblo. Por primera vez, defendí el orgullo de los Matoka. Pero a Kano eso no le gustó. Entonces, en mi lecho de muerte, el Gran Espíritu vino a mí. Al rechazar a Kano, había demostrado ser digno de un honor ancestral, el título de Nightwolf, defensor legendario de los Matoka. Ahora, tras heredar el poder de Crónica, el camino se divide ante mí. El guardián del tiempo no puede ser también el defensor de mi tribu. ¿Qué camino debo escoger? Incluso aquí, al comienzo de los tiempos, me guía la sabiduría del Gran Espíritu. Me convoca a restaurar la historia. Los Matoka deben quedar en manos de alguien más. Del próximo Nightwolf, como todas nuestras reliquias sagradas, el título de Nightwolf le pertenece a la tribu. Cualquier Matoka puede demostrar ser digno de su poder. Me gusta pensar en quién será nuestro siguiente defensor.
vacaciones de mi vida. Presencié caos, mutilaciones. Fue divertido. Por un tiempo. ¿Y estos bobos? No pudieron conmigo. Ni ese chico guapo, el mimo ninja. Buenas noches, dulce príncipe. Acabé con todos los que se lo merecían en la tierra y el mundo exterior. Incluso en el encantador infierno. Era un corazón solitario en busca de nuevos amigos. Pero por suerte me las ingenié para encontrarlos. Y el reloj de arena me consintió. Havik y yo seremos inseparables, estoy seguro. ¿Y eso? Mi nuevo amigo conoce todo un reino dedicado a la ley y el orden. ¿Y él existe solo para perturbarlo? Bueno, debemos poner manos a la obra. Esta es la Liga de los Maníacos Incomprendidos. Purgaremos al reino del orden. ¿Quién sabe con qué arrasaremos después? Quizás aparezcamos en tu casa y coloquemos granadas bajo tu almohada. Quizás destripemos a tu mascota favorita. O quizás solo destrocemos tu TV.
Al principio, Shao Kahn invadió Edenia, asesinó a mi esposo Gerard y me obligó a casarme con él. Eso dice la historia. Pero es mentira. Es lo que yo conté, por temor a perder la lealtad de mis súbditos y de mi hija, Kitana. La verdad, Gerard era débil, destinado a fracasar. Al traicionarlo, conseguí un amante mejor y el arma definitiva. Un conquistador capaz de unir todos los reinos y ponerlos a mi entera disposición. Luego, Crónica cambió la historia y tuve que enfrentarme a un futuro en el que había muerto hacía siglos. Mi supuesta familia me había fallado en todos los sentidos. Kitana fue la que más me dolió. En lugar de unir los reinos, intentó liberarlos. Como si los salvajes del páramo pudieran ser más que siervos. Como la madre preocupada, tuve que disciplinar a mi pequeña princesa. Y luego, tuve que disciplinar a un titán. He derrotado a Crónica. He dejado atrás a Shao Kahn y a Kitana. Ya no tengo más familia, ni más rivales, ni más dioses. Gobierno sobre todos ellos, en un trono que une todos los reinos y todas las realidades. Seas quien seas, donde quiera que estés, cuando estés ante mí te arrodillarás, porque soy Sindel, la emperatriz del tiempo, y solo existes para servirme.
'Cause really I'm a psycho.
You knew I am a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. You knew I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. Really, I'm a psycho. Told you. Really, I'm a psycho. You knew I am a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. Really, I'm a psycho. You knew I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. 'Cause really I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho, psycho, psycho. You knew I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. 'Cause really I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho, 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 yeah. Violent schizophrenia. You know I'm gonna get ya. Violent schizophrenia. You know I'm gonna get ya. I told you I'm a psycho. You know I'm a psycho, 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 psycho. You knew I'm a psycho. Yeah, I told you I'm a psycho. 'Cause really I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho, psycho, psycho. You knew I'm a psycho. I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. Yeah, really I'm a psycho. Really I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho, psycho, yeah. Violent schizophrenia. You know I'm gonna get ya. Violent schizophrenia. You know I'm gonna get ya, get ya, get ya, get ya, get ya. You knew I'm a psycho. Yeah, I told you I'm a psycho. 'Cause really I'm a psycho. 'Cause I told you I'm a psycho, psycho, psycho. You knew I'm a psycho. You knew I am a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. Yeah, really I'm a psycho. 'Cause really I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. Yeah, really I'm a psycho, 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 psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. 'Cause really I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho, psycho. You knew I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. 'Cause really I'm a psycho. I told you
Psycho.
You knew I am a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. You knew I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. Really, I'm a psycho. Told you. Really, I'm a psycho. You knew I am a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho. Really, I'm a psycho. You knew I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that? I can't even touch it. That thing came out of this painting. There has to be a way. Maybe if I destroy it. Down. What the hell was that? Down. Did you hear that? I can use this dagger. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Damn. Did it hear that? What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger. What the hell was that? Maybe I can use this dagger. What the hell was that? Maybe I can use this dagger. What the hell was that? I can't even touch it. What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger. What the hell was that? Yeah. Maybe I can use this dagger. Damn it! This dagger didn't work. Damn it! I have to use a specific dagger. What the hell was that? Maybe I can use this dagger. What the hell was that? Maybe I can use this dagger. Damn it! This dagger didn't work. This dagger looks different.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
It's nothing. I think I just drank too much.
That goes without saying. If you can't tell the difference between reality and fiction, then you're in real trouble.
My arm was disappearing into this painting. You must have seen that.
I saw you put your trembling hands on a collector's artifact. Where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
The creature. This dagger was the only weapon capable of pushing it back. This antique dealer has a good knowledge of the occult. I have nothing to lose by meeting him.
You've got your spunk back. Go where you want. I'm staying here to talk business with Irene.
Where's the bookseller? An old diary. Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century. What happened here? Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably. This burglar seems to be rather clumsy. What killed all these animals? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet? Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills? Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe. Arkham editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion. What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge. Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them. Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. Things are not looking good.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them. And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
The Chalice of Knowledge. A strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it. The Chalice of Knowledge. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. The Queen has little protection. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? The Queen has little protection.
And these red drops, like pressure, strengthens as my...
Here, and then listen to the many rubies there are on the Holy Grail. This can get a little confusing. Luckily there's a crack on this golden goblet, so you can start counting there. The second is how many white pieces are on the chessboard, other than the queen, one of the books, and one of you'll find behind the counter. He says the number in the message, but there's no harm in checking to make sure. Then enter the code in the order of the cylinder.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the top. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Don't you get involved in this. You've done enough already.
But Doctor, this man is dying.
There's nothing we can do about it. He's in the hands of Dr. Fuller. Do you wish to end up like Elizabeth? With a diploma from Nightingale and the chores of a cleaning lady?
No. You're right.
Let me do my own investigation. It's time I found those missing files.
And where would you find those? In his office. What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Doctor, please. My chest.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands. He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, is that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
I'll just sleep a bit more.
Mrs. Sanders? Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
You did good work. The tranquilizer is kicked in. Now you can disinfect and bandage his wounds.
Thank you, Doctor. And as to his weight loss?
I'll prescribe an antifungal treatment for his dysgeusia. In the meantime, feed him intravenously.
It'll be done. Dr. Colden, do you want something? I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor. Please, I'll be in trouble with Mrs. Donovan if I'm late. Do you want something?
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Ethan.
Marie,
What are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
With everything that happened to you these last days, it's no wonder you're feeling stressed.
Maybe.
Everyone on Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor. Please, I'll be in trouble with Mrs. Donovan if I'm late. Do you want something? I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor. Please, I'll be in trouble with Mrs. Donovan if I'm late. Do you want something?
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work. Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
The key to the boiler room is missing. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan?
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, and Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment. We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks. The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high. Let's hope I can go through the administration office. The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory. Please, the fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless. I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs.
Nobody goes. But rest. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden. No, I will.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office. The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair. Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth, thank you. I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan. This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
Would you know where the key to the boiler room is?
Betty didn't put it back in its place. Well, she took it to lock the door.
I'll ask her. Thank you.
But if I may say so, Doctor, I think that the problems of our patients are more urgent than the plumbing.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I've done an exam. Deborah is looking after him.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
I saw him, yes. It's always the same thing. They bring them up, without any explanation, with a multitude of self-inflicted injuries. We take care of the wounds, and then they leave. Each time, I feel like I'm sending them back to hell.
Their affliction is not our responsibility. You cannot save everybody, Doctor.
The boiler room key is not in its place. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him. The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait. Intoxication from breathing organic vapors. I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool. Let's hope I can go through the administration office. Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food. Let's hope I can go through the administration office. Hay fever. What's he doing here? An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. No, I...
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. Chronic insomnia, like half the island. I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Mrs. Donovan?
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. But it's about the water.
What now?
It's off. It's not my fault.
Nothing is ever your fault. I told you to control the flow. Even if I know it's not your strong point.
I've apologized 1,000 times.
I haven't counted that many, but then unlike you, I don't have time to keep track.
Please, Mrs. Donovan. I'm grateful to you for having kept me on despite that incident. I just need the water to be put back on. Otherwise, the bathroom will quickly become a nest of germs.
Very well. I'll finish what I'm doing, and then I'll fix your blunders once more.
Thank you, ma'am.
Out of my sight. Go chatter with your colleagues. That's what you do best.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders. I should go another way. I should go another way. I should go another way. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
Conclusions, session number 17. Patient, Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos.
This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here?
Saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Why is Ethan on medication? Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I must go back to the basement. I should go another way.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I'm sorry. Dr. Fuller is a very busy man.
Well, is there anyone else who can tell us what's going on?
She's our only family, you know? And we can't even see her medical file.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time for this right now.
They're taking us for fools.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding She came in with a kidney...
I'm sorry. Dr. Fuller is a very...
Well, is there any...
She's our only...
Don't worry. I'm aware our institution is not always welcoming. But your mother is in good hands. I'll tend to her myself, and keep you informed at once. Would that suit you?
Well, that sure sounds great to us, Doctor. Thank you.
But those are just words, so we're not budging.
Very well. At least I'll know where to find you.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
There's an altar wrought with mystery of Tom the poet and his muse, and a magic lake which gave a light to the words the poet used. Now the muse she was his happiness, and he rhymed about her grace, and told the stories of treasures deep beneath the blackened waves. Till in the stillness of wonder, and still in its misty crown, the muse she went down to the lake, and in the waves she drowned. And now to see your love set free, you will need the witch's cabin key. Find the lady of the light, gone mad with the night. That's how you reshape destiny. The poet came down to the lake to call out to his dear. When there was no answer, he was overcome with fear. He searched in vain for his treasure lost, and too soon the night would fall, and only his own echo would wail back at his call. And when he swore to bring back his love by stories he'd create, nightmares shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake. And now to see your love set free, you will need the witch's cabin key. Find the lady of the light, still raving in the night. That's how you reshape destiny. In the dead of night she came to him with darkness in her eyes. We're in a morning gown, sweet words as her disguise. He took her in without a word, for he saw his grave mistake, and vowed them both to silence deep beneath the lake. Now if it's real or just a dream, one mystery remains, for it is said on moonless nights they may still haunt this place. Love I reshape